Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Calmsden playthrough on Farming Simulator 25. And right now I'm just finishing up our last load of silage over to our biogas plant. It's been quite a few trips to fill this thing up because it's got 100,000 capacity. And I've been kind of, just driving loads back and forth. And I've found that has some challenges because there's hills on the way. And our tractors, not the most powerful tractors in the world. So it's been a bit of a challenge to get up some of these hills. But I've found that if you go this back route here, out this side of the farm and just follow this road all the way up, it's actually much more forgiving in terms of like the inclines you're going to face. So this is the route I've been taking back and forth. And once this is done, this last load here, that's pretty much our job for December, and we can go ahead and move into the next month. Now, here's the thing, where winter months on the farm, they're kind of slow. Let's be honest. There's not a ton to really do. We're waiting for our crops to grow. We're waiting for our cows to make milk. It's really just kind of like busy work, maintenance. We got to make sure the cows are fed. We got to make sure we got silage in the biogas plant to keep the money pumping, keep the digestate flowing. So really, it's like a lot of logistical work and less farming work. So it's going to be a lot of driving, stuff like that. And, I'm really looking forward to spring and summer when we can get back to, harvesting some of our fields. And man, I'm looking forward to that because we have two majorly big fields right now that are both planted with barley and wheat. And that is going to be a lot of crops. I can't wait for that. Our class, is it going to be up to the job? I don't know. We have a pretty small header on there. So it's going to be a long day harvesting those fields, but that's going to be really good. Maybe we'll look into a new header before that happens, depending on how much money we get from our biogas production and our milk production, which actually we can't even sell the milk because we need to start processing it before it can even be sold. That's another thing we got to look into is getting a dairy. I'll probably start small. Right? Not going to go all out right to begin with. We'll probably get one of the small production points and use that to process all of our dairy and get that going, because if we can't afford the big dairy. It's just too much money for us right now, and B, space is an issue. On Calmsden, everything is very tight. You always have to keep that in the back of your mind anytime you're planning out building or expanding or anything like that. It's a lot of fields, very expensive fields, I might add, which you can buy and expand onto those, but fields being not cheap, that's not the best option right now for early game. So we got to figure out how to make the best of the space we have available to us in order to accomplish all those things. Now, this should be our last load of silage right here. Let's just take a look. Production points. Yep, that's going to fill us up to 100,000 liters. Well, just under 100,000, but I'm pretty happy with that. So this is good. Now we can head on back to the farm and just kind of settle in for the winter. All right, we'll do a little hibernation. We're going to do some deliveries, but the months are going to go fast. We're not going to have these long, protracted months like we did for seeding season and when we're harvesting. Yeah, the winters are going to fly by. Okay, January. Still snowing, of course. We got some more snow on the hedges here, I feel like. Or was that always there? I don't remember seeing that last time, or maybe I just missed it. All right, let's take a look at our productions now. So, silage, let's look at it. What do we... okay, we took quite a lot of silage out. We took 50,000 liters They're just under 50,000 liters to produce for 1 month. Okay. But we got 61,000 liters of digestate. That's pretty awesome. Let's look at our cows. Still looking pretty good on food there. We got 26. No, actually, we do not have 26. All right. We have to go and do a fill up on our cows. They're going to need more hay. They basically, it looks like they ripped through all of the hay. But the silage is still there. So let's detach from this guy. Starter mower. Luckily, we got hay already pre-positioned and ready to go in there. We just have to go back up to it, do a dump, and then we can do a couple more runs of silage and move on to the next month. It's actually really nice having this pre-positioned here. And we got quite a bit of hay in this little tipper we got. Actually, this is a new tipper, isn't it? That's right. This is our forage wagon. Okay, so now our cows are happy. They're full again. Let's go do a couple runs to our silage production, the biogas plant, and then we can call it another month. Like I said, things are going to move very, very quickly in the winter months. We're not going to just waste a ton of time because there's not a lot to do, right? It's all logistical work. Things are moving. We gotta get things from point A to point B right now, and that's about it. That's all that's important. All right, just made 2 trips of silage, and I took a look in our cow barn, and I noticed we have a lot of slurry in here. We've got 27,559 liters of slurry. We got to get that over to the biogas plant as well. So I'm gonna have to make a trip or two to bring that over, and all I have to really transport it is this little guy right here, and I'm pretty sure I can transport it with that. Not 100% sure. So let me hop in here and let's just give this a go. Now, how much can we even fit in this thing? Not a lot, only 8,200 liters. But I'm hoping that the trip with this tanker is much better, since it's about half the amount of liters to slog over to the biogas plant. So I'm hoping the hill should not really cause us too much of an issue, hopefully. But we'll see when we get there. And like you could just see, there's rolling hills here. It's not super extreme hills where it's like, oh my god, I'm going up a mountain. No, it's like little hills. Not the worst to deal with. Is that what it actually looks like in Calmsden? I guess it is, right? Because I think this map is built off like real data of the city, which is pretty cool. Do any of you guys live near there? I know a couple of you live over in the UK. All right, here's the test. Up the hill. Let's see how we do. Seems... No, not any better. A little better. We usually hit around 6 miles per hour there. We only got down to 8. So that is actually better. I wonder how the John Deere would do. For the next round of deliveries, I'm going to swap out and try the John Deere instead and just see how that does on the hill. All right, last delivery went great. I've swapped over to the John Deere to see how this one performs. And man, it is getting like muddy and tough to drive in that spot where we got to do our slurry pickup. Now, keep in mind, John Deere, this tractor, it's about half condition. So we'll see how that affects the power. But I'm thinking it may do a little bit better. And the other thing is, I didn't realize this at first, but the slurry storage over at the biogas plant, a lot smaller than the silage storage. So we only have to make 3 trips in total to completely fill up our slurry storage over there, as opposed to the 5 trips that we need to fill up the silage storage. So realistically, if we had a little bit of a bigger tank, we could probably cut that down to, I don't know, maybe 2 trips, maybe even 1 trip. Although 1 trip is probably asking a lot, because hauling this thing up a hill would be tough. Would definitely be tough, I think. But I know that there are bigger tanks, so that is something we can look at, especially for the future as we start to expand. Now let's see, here's the hill. 6 is what we got up to. No, 8 is what we got up to with the case. Ooh, it's 7. Not any faster. Wonder why that is. It's got a lot more horsepower. It's got like I think 70 more horsepower, 60 or 70 more horsepower than the case. But that's got to be because the condition is so diminished. It's 50%. So I wonder how much that's actually cutting out of our horsepower. I'm guessing quite substantial if it's performing worse than the case. So that would mean we have to be lower than 240 horsepower, I believe. I don't know if there's any like data out there that actually shows you how much your performance goes down as the condition decreases. If there is, let me know in the comments down below, because I'd be very, very interested to see that and actually get like a good visual representation of what happens to your tractor over time, or really even any tool, right? Because we know that the harvesters, like the headers and the harvesters themselves, as the condition goes down, it starts to slowly harvest less, right? And you actually lose some crops. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Please correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I as far as my understanding goes, that is how it works when it comes to the condition on those machines. And then I know that there's some that it really just doesn't matter, right? Like this tank, if we're hauling around this tank and it has low condition, I really don't think that matters at all. So there's definitely like some variation there. But yeah, it would be great to see that. And the other thing, I looked to see if there was a map update to see if maybe that trigger was fixed, and I didn't see anything. So I don't know, maybe that trigger is just like a broken trigger over at the general store. If you missed it, last episode we tried to deliver there, and it like the trigger was just completely bugged out. It was blinking in and out, couldn't dump at all. I tried to just like do a dump here, and it just plopped all our canola right down on the trigger, which was really bad. I had to restart the game and everything. It did not go well. So I don't know. Maybe we'll try it in springtime, just like a little test to see if it works in like different months. Because to be fair, you know, it's winter, right? There's no snow on the ground technically, but maybe there's something that is causing it to behave like that. I really don't know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow it down, Drew. Slow it down. Okay. Let's get back on track. Let's get focused and dialed in here. Let's finish these deliveries. Is that our dog? What are you doing, man? Who let you out? Buddy. You can't be out here. Jeez, man. I don't know what's going on. He lives in a fenced-in area. How'd he get out? Very weird, very weird. Well, all of our deliveries are now complete, and it's time to hit the hay. Now, if I timed it right, or not timed it right, but if I did the math right, we have enough in everything, basically, to get us through till March. So we can kind of just skip February, go straight to March, and that'll get us like much closer to springtime. let's just say that springtime, when we can actually do things again. How do I dump in here? So I'm gonna pull up a little more. There's a little bit of slurry left in this tanker that I want to get rid of. I just need to get it to the right spot. There we go. Oh, can I not dump? I want to dump. I don't want to fill. Well, you know what? We'll just fill up the rest, because we're going to need to deliver this anyway to the biogas plant when the time comes. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of just getting through winter right now. And I mean, you know, who really like does a whole lot during winter anyway, right? I mean, for like winter for me, you don't go outside, you don't do much, you hang out inside all the time. The months pass like really quickly. So it's the same kind of thing in the game, you know? What do you guys like to do during the winter? Do you have any like special activities or anything particular that you like to like plan out to do in the game? Or do you just kind of like skip through things super quick, skip months and just get to like the time when you can start doing real farm work again? Or not real farm work, but you know, when you can do more. Do like the big exciting things, you know? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. All right, we made it to March, officially. We're getting closer, but guys, I noticed something really, really weird. What is that up there? You see that? I know this is going to be kind of breaking the barrier here between like immersion and not immersion, but I gotta go and check this out. What is this thing? It's a doorway. Why is there a door in the sky? What is going on here? Are we in some alternate reality? Can I open the door? There's just a door in the sky. Have any of you noticed this? Or is this like just something special for me? What's with the door? We got doors everywhere. We got triggers that don't... oh, man. This map needs a little bit of work, if I'm being honest. Like, it's not like anything crazy. It's just a couple things to fix up, and it would be perfect. But there's some things, like, we shouldn't have doors floating in the sky, right? Is that just me, or am I just talking crazy right now? I don't think we should have doors up there. Okay. All right. So where are we at? Let's look at our stuff here. So cows, they got a little bit of food left. We got to pump in some more food for them. But productivity, 100%. Now I thought hay and silage would only get you to 80%, but we're at 100%. So does that mean TMR gets you at 120%? Like, do you get a boost from TMR, or is something just not working right? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Onto our biogas plant. So we ripped through all of our silage and all of our slurry. It went super quick. We had a tiny bit of slurry left, but that's it. Silage all gone. But look at the digestate, man. That's something special right there. That is a ton of fertilizer that we don't have to buy, because if we look at our financial sitch here, back in the months when we were buying fertilizer, oh, we can't even go back that far. Okay, never mind. But you can just trust me. It was a lot. All right, we were spending a ton on fertilizer that we're not going to have to do anymore. But, ooh, man, the logistics here. Okay. Guys, I hear you. You still have some food left. Relax. No need to get loud, all right? But yeah, like I was saying, they just keep interrupting me. Like I was saying, the logistical part of this, it's like never ending. But we needed to build up that fertilizer. So the winter months are really good, actually, and help us out tremendously, because if we didn't build up all that fertilizer, we'd have to spend all that money in the summer when we're planting again, which is no bueno, no good. All right, no quiero, no want that fertilizer bill. I don't want it. I just want free fertilizer. So now we got it. So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna fill all of our stuff up again. But how many months we got? We got 3 months before we can get to barley. Barley's in June, and then our wheat, we got 4 months before we can get to our wheat. And I'm looking forward to that. But, also look at the money, guys. 60,000. We're looking pretty good money-wise. Slowly but surely. Not only are we getting free fertilizer, but we're getting a steady... Ooh, you know what? I don't want this tractor. I want the case. We're getting a steady 20,000 per month just with our biogas going. Oh, whoops. All right. I'm going to have to live with that. Nope. We want you off, and we want the case. Yeah, just with our biogas going, we're getting a nice drip supply of money, which, it's not going to make us millionaires overnight with that, but it's certainly better. And we're also getting all of that milk too. So the milk is building up, everything's building up, it's all progressing, and as soon as we can, in fact, let's look at the milk prices right now. And I believe we got to look for the regular milk, the bottled milk. Bottled milk. We got 20,988 liters right now. Bottled milk. So we can basically work on that throughout these upcoming months and have it ready to go by January. If we can get our milk production fully up and ready to go by January, that would be great. And to do that, we're going to need a little bit of milk production here. Let's filter. Milk. So here we go. Now we got this guy, small dairy, 36,000, which we could get right now, actually. And then we got the bigger guys right here. Oh, we got an ice cream factory too. We can make some ice cream. That just takes regular old milk, huh? Interesting. And then, of course, we got the bigger ones right here. We got the other two dairies. How much does this realistically do? Like, if I were just to plop this down, let's say... Oh, geez, I don't even know where to plop it down. Let's just say I plop it down, okay? Let's just say that. So I get this down. How much is it really going to produce? Because the small ones, they don't produce a ton, right? They don't make a whole lot. We could put it right there. You know what? Just for the sake of getting things up and running, I'm going to get this. And I'm going to start loading it up. And it's not going to be the best in the world, but it's going to be something, right? It's going to give us a little bit of something. So let's start loading up milk, man. And where did this snow come from? All of a sudden, I don't even know. Okay, so where do we pick up the milk? That's the first thing. Is it right there? I'm gonna guess that maybe it's right there, since that's where the trailer is, and it kind of looks like that's where milk would come out of too, right? It could be that the trigger point is just like hidden under there. Yep, there it is. Let's start filling milk. Give it to me. How many can we fit in here? 8,000 liters. Okay, that's not a ton. But it's not nothing. Now, we're moving very slowly in the snow. That's going to make our silage and our slurry quite difficult to do. So I don't know how much we're actually going to even do for that. We may just like completely blow through March. And March seems to be a very snowy month in this game in general. Like, I've noticed on all my playthroughs, March is always when the snow comes. Not January, but March. And I mean, what's going on? There we go. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? It snows in March. What else can I say? Let's go in our productions here. Dairy. So what are we doing here? How do we make cheese? Just need milk for cheese. Or no, yeah, we just need milk to make cheese. Now, what's better to make? Is it better to make the cheese, or is it better to make the milk? 10 only does 48 cycles per day. Yeah, that's not gonna do a ton. Let's be honest, that's not gonna make a ton of stuff for us, but at least it's something, and we can always sell this production point. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna activate you. Anything else I can make? No, we don't have sugar. Can make butter. Activate that. Okay, so there's our 3 things that we can make. Now let's look at prices and determine if this is going to be something that we store and manually sell, or if it's going to be something that we're going to just have it like automatically sell every month. So bottled milk. Prices fluctuate quite a bit. We want to store that. Let's look for cheese. Whoa. Almost the same exact curve here for cheese and bottled milk, right? Yeah, look at that. Very, very similar. All right, what was the other one? Butter. Yep, same for butter. Almost the same exact curve. So January. Everything's January. Wow. Okay, well, now we know. January is not only going to be a big month where we got to move around silage and do all that stuff, but we're going to have to move around a lot of things in January. Now, with the snow on the ground, I'm not going to bother even trying to go up that hill. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to make sure our cows are fed. Get some hay in there for those guys. And then that's it. We're going to call it, right? Until the snow crawls up, or not crawls up, but until the snow goes away, we're gonna say it's good. We're gonna call it a day. But first thing we got to do, get in here, give some hay to our cows, and then I think we may have to pick some more up off the ground. Man, it is loud in here, right? Or is that just me? Yeah, well, we're definitely gonna have to pick more up because we're completely empty. Can we do a quick turn? Yes. Oh, sometimes things just work out. Wow, I was not expecting that to be that simple. So that's really good. Pick up down. Let's turn it on. We only have 2 rows here, so not a ton of hay left. And you know what? We may want to even save that silage for our cows because we're getting low on silage too. So probably a good idea for us not to make any more deliveries to the biogas plant until we have a nice little stockpile stored up again, which we can do relatively quickly because grass grows pretty quick, right? It's not like you got to sit around and wait for grass to grow for like tons and tons of times, like a year with wheat. Wheat is a whole year. That's a long time to wait. Grass, I think you can get 3 cuttings per year. So grass is no problem. We can get tons and tons of grass converted to hay or silage, and we're good to go. Well, not as much hay as I initially thought we were going to have left, but that's okay because we got so much silage left that we'll be able to fill these girls up and keep them happy. No problem. What am I hitting? Was I just a little too steep there on the descent? Freed up now. Now we're good. Ooh. This was so easy the first time around. I think I got to get rid of that weight. That's kind of slowing us down a little bit. So I'm going to just pull this over here, drop you, and we'll pull our silage right in there. And we'll drop the weight too. We don't need to be carrying this weight around now. I just kind of picked it up to move it because it was in our way, but definitely extending our profile on the front of our tractor, which is not what you want to be doing when you're trying to maneuver in tight spaces. Now is this trailer bigger than that trailer? It definitely looks bigger, doesn't it? Kind of odd considering the forage wagon can hold so much more than this guy. This can only hold 20,000, but the forage wagon can hold like 38, I think. Maybe I should just be filling that up with silage. Oh, are we gonna like freak out here like we did last time? I think we're clear. Okay, good. Wait, that's full? Okay, they're full. So they're completely full. And let me just go to our biogas. Yep, completely empty, just full of digestate. But other than that, we're in a very, very good spot. I know this was like a little bit slower, not as action-packed as it usually is, but unfortunately, necessary evil, right? What are you going to do? This is just stuff that you have to do. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. That really does help out a lot. As always, have yourself a great day, and I will see you on the next one.